Bonjour! Bonjour!
No. Time for bladder check.
Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Demon Slayer. I don't know how I can name, I can count for this episode. Is it the season 2 episode 8 or is it the season 3 episode 1? I'm not so sure, On all platforms, they have a different way to name these episodes. Like for IMDb, it's the season 3, but for Wikipedia, it's the season 2. For some, into the season 2, it's the episode 8, and for some others, it's the episode 1 of the second part. Guys, how can I do that, For everyone to understand that I'm watching this episode, this thing, I think that I'm gonna go with season 2, episode 8, because when the season 3 is gonna be out, for some it's gonna be the season 3, for some others it's gonna be the season 4, like it's gonna be really weird. And I think that if I say season 2, episode 8, at least everyone is gonna understand, the episode that I'm mentioning. I'm not gonna have the mistake between which episode 1 of the season 2, part 1 or part 2. If I'm seeing episode 8, you're all gonna understand where am I into the season 2, and you're gonna understand that it's your episode 1 of the season 3. No? Tell me in the comments your opinion about it and how you are naming, counting these episodes into your head and to organize yourself, and on what thing, are you basing your stuff? On the manga maybe, or just on the platform in which you are watching Demon Slayer? Tell me that. Really, I'm interested. I think that I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with season 2, episode 8, but I'm interested, by what the majority of people, what people are doing on themselves. Stop about that. I'm there to discover this new part of the season 2. I'm here to discover what is happening after all of the train arc, which was a movie which was divided in 7 episodes, and I decided to react to these 7 episodes to give you more time, more reaction part, and also to have the time myself to discuss about it more in intros and reviews. And clearly, for what happened during all of the season, and for sure at the end of it, I needed that. Like, I needed to really have the time to talk about everything. And I think that the difference between me at the end of the episode 6 and me at the episode 7, you can see that clearly I didn't see it coming at all for Rengoku to die right there. I really thought that we would keep that character, that he would have trained our guys and stuff like that. I was already also imagining stuff like maybe in fact our guys, they can be trained by each of the Ashira, maybe we can have something about it like that, they're gonna be wonderful because of that. And for Rengoku, for his own story, I was like, okay, we explored it a little with his brother, with his father also, who was into depression, was an Ashira before, but something happened with the mother who died. We talked about it a little, but not enough, so we need to have something else about it. So really, for me, Rengoku, we would have kept him for a long time. No. he died. He died, and what was even more not predictable for me, the fact that he died after we killed the demon of this narrative arc, we killed the one who was supposed to do all of that with the train, for what reason we still don't know, who had also that mission about finding Tanjiro and one Ashira and to kill them. So really, when that demon died, I was like, okay, that's it, it's done. No, another demon coming from nowhere. Who is, we know his number and all, but like, How can you be right there? You intervene, like you were watching all of that happening without doing anything. How can you be there? For what reason? What was your plan at first? You're intervening. You want at first for Rengoku to join you, and after that you're killing him. I understood, you know, all of the thing about the fact that he didn't want to kill Rengoku because he could admire Rengoku, but at the same time, it was really like, I know that I'm gonna kill you, I know that I can kill you, like, I was gonna say I have that ability. No, I just know that it's the destiny, you're gonna die. I would prefer for you to join us than to kill you. I understood that thing, you know, about that demon, I mean, how he was thinking, how he was functioning, but why were you right there? What was happening? And yes, you killed Rengoku. It was really, I couldn't have predicted it, so clearly I was not prepared for it. During that moment I was so shocked that I didn't react a lot. I was shocked and I was sad, and I understand more right now Tanjiro, how he reacted. He was so mad, so like treating the demon as a coward, traitor. Us, we can't repair ourselves like the demons they are doing. It's unfair, it's so unfair. I understood so much his anger, you know, during the editing, and now I'm more like Tanjiro, like, it's so unfair because they fought so much against that demon at first. The other demon is coming from nowhere, and you know, he didn't have to fight before, so he's not so tired and all, and no matter what, even if we are hurting him, he's gonna repair himself, when Rengoku and the other ones, they can't. So during that moment, yes, it was an unfair fight, and it's even more symbolic and terrifying because they just killed an Ashira, and for me, the Ashiras, they are the best and they can't die. I know that it's not the case. I know that the Ashira, some of them died, some of them were replaced. We know things like that, but to see one being defeated, it's really rough. Does it mean that these demons, you know, the 12, I mean not the 12 anymore, you got what I meant, they are getting really stronger, something is happening with them also? We need to have news about the other one, you know, about Muzan. Yes, it's Muzan. See, it has been so long that we didn't see him, we didn't have any news about him that I don't remember his name anymore. We need to have news about him. Michael Jackson. One of you told me that a lot of fans are naming him like that. I don't. Physically, I understand why you are saying that, but for me it's not working. So normally, beginning of this episode, I'm expecting a time jump, you know, for all guys to come back, you know, to the quarters, you know, to the headquarters, to talk with the other Ashira. Maybe they're gonna bury Rengoku. I mean, they already did it, or we're gonna have the funerals. I'm expecting a time jump, yes, for our guys to have the time to heal. We saw that each time it's taking time, it's taking episodes. Maybe right there we're not gonna spend really episodes to do that because of that time jump. And also to talk about the Ashira and all. Tanjiro and all guys, now we know that, you know, Rengoku told them to go visit his father, his brother, so normally that's gonna be the next mission. That's gonna be interesting, full of informations, but that's gonna be rough also. For them to say to Rengoku's family that Rengoku died, to be the ones to announce that, and also because we understood that Rengoku's past was not so joyful, so that's gonna be rough. I don't want to cry today, please, because my mood is not so great, I prefer to warn you, so I can cry really easily, I can feel it. I'm an emotional person, so already on regular days I can cry really easily, so right now into that mood, I can cry and I can be mad easily, quickly. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Let's go for this episode 8. Remember that if you want, you have my Patreon on which you can have these episodes earlier. We have 4 episodes of advance, I think, right now. Check the description to be sure of it. And I'm putting extended or full reaction parts. Each time I'm telling you that on the description and also on the schedule that I post each Monday on YouTube, Patreon and Twitter. You know which version you have to expect. Let's go for this episode 8. Maybe when I'm gonna post this video, in fact, I'm gonna change that. That's not gonna be episode 8, that's gonna be episode 1 of the season 3. I think that I'm gonna ask you guys your opinion about it on Twitter. I'm not in a good mood, but I love my hair today. It's compensating a little things. I do my best to improve my mood, you know, so just to appreciate my hair today, it's my way to do it. What am I waiting for? Yes, the tea. Okay, the tea is done. I'm prepared. That's a long episode. I just saw that it was a long episode. Why not? That's gonna be like that for all of this second part of the season? I'm talking too much, right? Get over it. We're gonna see him dying again. Oh, we're gonna hear you screaming again? And we're all crying. You're gonna tell his mother. I'm taking a tissue during this opening credits that I can't watch. The music is great. Who are you? Musa? Sound Ashira? I don't understand. You're one of the Ashira that we know already, but this is a flashback. I didn't learn all of their names. Is a demon? Let's see your eyes. You? What? Hey! Seeing the title of the episode, I supposed that this kid was the Sound Ashira. He's not. Stop. That kid is Muzan? Muzan, we know that he can change, you know, his appearance when he was that lady, that sublime lady. You can also transform yourself into a kid. Normally it's red, that thing, no? Okay, so it's really right now, it's not a flashback. That match? That you're gonna kill him? He's gonna kill you, and that's gonna be the best revenge for what you did to Rengoku. Even someone positive like Tanjiro. Rengoku's family. But you're still out. It's not reasonable, Tanjiro. I'm not prepared for that moment.
京次郎さんからお父上と千次郎さんへの言葉を預かりましたので。兄から兄のことはすでに承知しておりますが。
やめろ。どうせくだらんことを言い残しているんだろう。才能もないのに剣士などなるからだ。
Oh.
だから知るんだ。くだらない。愚かな息子だ、京次郎は。
Say something.
葬式は終わったんだ。いつまでもしみったれた顔をするな。
あまりにもひどい言い方だ。そんな風に言うのはやめてください。
なんだお前。
You recognized the earrings.
火の呼吸の使い手だな。そうだろう。
You know about it? Rengoku, he didn't know anything.
やめてください。その人の顔を見
He stopped Tanjiro, like Tanjiro would be dangerous. Like, you know, an old reflex as an Ashida.
命を落とした我が子を侮辱して殴って何がしたいんだ。
俺たちのことをバカにしているだろう。
どうしてそうなるんだ。
あれが火の呼吸の使い手だからだ。
What does it mean, you?
三飾りを俺は知ってる。
日の神神楽のことなのか。
Yes, yes, I'll connect the dots.
一番初めに生まれた呼吸。最強の見業。そしてその呼吸は火の呼吸の派生。 So
maybe you can really have them all of the techniques.
火の呼吸。火の神神楽。なんであの時煉獄さんを助けられなかった。
Because you were hurt, you're not strong enough yet. Oh, I hate everything that is happening. None of you is right, none of you is...
兄は最後まで立派に。ありがとうございます。力を及ばず申し訳ありません。去らないでください。兄もきっとそう言いましたよね。父がよく見ていた書物には心当たりがありまして。おそらく父が破いたのだと思います。申し訳ありません。どうか気になさらず。わざわざ足を運んでいただいたのに。神々が自分がやるべきことは分かっていますので、もっと鍛錬します。そして俺は京次郎さんのような強い柱に。
You will. I'm sure you will.
本来なら私が継ぐことない。でも私の日輪刀は色が変わりませんでした。ある程度の剣術を身につけないと日輪刀の色は変わらないものですが。
You are not ready yet?
どれだけ稽古をつけてもらっても私はダメだった。剣士になるのは諦めます。
Tanjiro, he just told you that you can train, that you can get stronger.
長い歴史に傷がつきます。
With time, that you just have to wait.
許してくれ。
You would, for sure you would.
次郎さんを悪く言う人がいたら俺が突きします。それはやめた方がいいです。
Do what you want, but not because you're giving up, really because you want it.
お話ができてよかった。気をつけてお帰りください。
We're gonna leave him right there with that crazy dad?
兄の日輪刀の唾です。きっとあなたを守ってくれます。お戻りでしたか。先ほどの。
うざい。
でも兄上の。
くだらん。どうせ俺への恨み事だろう。さっさと出ていけ。
No, it was not.
わかりました。
No, he needs to know.
体を大切にしてほしい。兄上が父上へ残した言葉はそれだけです。
行ってまいります、父上。
Yep. Oh no? Hey, second break, like and second time that I cry. Okay, Tanjiro didn't resolve the situation, but he said the messages. It's gonna help his brother, it's gonna help his father. With time, not just like that, with time, like oh. What's that now? You're so loud. Oh, can you make me lost now? Just after crying? Fuck you. Who is? Ah! You? Kanao? You can do it without flipping a coin. You did it, Kanao! What's happening? Yes. It's not because of that you have the right to kidnap little girls. Careful! You know that she's afraid and all. She can't do it. Go with me. Yes, do that. With Kanao? With you! With you! For sure. They're gonna be here also to defend the girl. How dare you? Oh, I'm not gonna like him. If he's acting like that with girls. Like already kidnapping some without asking and right there that. Lust and desire? I'm not sure. Whoa! Spoilers. Really, this ending credits. Already a lot of characters I don't know yet. Spoilers. I don't know much about you. I'm not a fan of you yet. Flashy guy, that's how you're defining yourself? Someone really satisfied about himself. Before talking about this, Ashida, let's talk about this episode. Like, what did I say in the intro? I don't want to cry today. This one, okay? It's 4. I cried twice. And I think that I made also 2 breaks during the episode. One because of too many informations at a time, and one because I was crying too much. This episode was really full of informations, and big ones. And they were just spreading them like it was nothing, you know, the characters were talking about it like it's normal, like nothing is happening, it's natural. First one, the situation with Muzan. So clearly the guy can change his appearance. We already knew that, you know, when he was that lady. But he can also, you know, change how tall he is, you know, he can transform himself into a kid. I don't understand the situation with these parents, I mean these guys acting like his parents. They're not really your parents. But at the same time the other ones, they were acting like, oh, we know this family, like it's a regular family, so it means that you see them often, like Muzan is playing to be that kid often. He has a wife, he has a kid, I don't understand. I don't understand the situation with Muzan and all, because right there it was during the prison time that moment. Because that demon, you know, when he's giving his report to Muzan, is really seeing all of what happened with Rengoku, the fact that he killed Nashida. You didn't find the blue lily, I think, the blue thing, okay, the blue flower, the blue thing. During the other opening credits, we already saw that flower, but it was red. You're searching for that flower a lot. It was his mission, so it's something big, it's something important. We know the power, you know, of flowers into this world, this universe. We know that they can be powerful, like the one who is protecting, you know, people against demons. We know that they can have that much, you know, an importance for the situation and all. Maybe that other flower can, you know, annihilate the power of the other flower. I mean, it's acting like a protection around demons to not be touched by the other flower which is supposed to stop them. Or maybe you can use it to make a potion, to... I don't know for now. Clearly that demon was proud of him and you killed that in just 1 second. Because, oh, bragging about killing Nashida, it's nothing. When me, during the intro, I was like, oh, I couldn't believe that Nashida was killed, you know, I was so shocked. I didn't think that we would see Nashida dying so quickly and all. Muzan, really, in just 1 second, he said, it's nothing to kill Nashida, so shut the fuck up, don't be proud of yourself. Okay? And he was mad because, in fact, you didn't kill all of the Demon Slayers who were right there. You knew about the 3 other ones, you knew about Tanjiro being right there. You were the one to give that mission to this demon to follow the train to stay nearby. That's what you said. Like, he wasn't sure that this demon with the train would do his mission right. We still don't know what he was supposed to do really with that train. We still don't know that. And you know what I think about it? We have 2 options about it. One is that train was really meant to do something, you know, like you needed that, you needed it to be somewhere, you needed to do something with it. Or, like the master, you know, he mentioned earlier, Muzan also makes that kind of things to be a distraction, so no one is gonna know really where he is and what he's truly doing during that moment. So these 2 options about that mission, and okay, that one, that demon, he was supposed to keep an eye on it so the mission would function, would go well. And when the mission was stopped, that's why he intervened. Okay for that. For why that one he was right there. So you were already mad at him, you knew that Tanjiro was right there, you didn't kill him, that's great. You're gonna stay with this family? I don't understand. Okay. Tanjiro escaping to go to see Rengoku's family on his own, even if he's hurt. That was already difficult to watch, so to have him talking with Sanjuro, to have the dad talking so bad about Rengoku, it felt horrible, awful. The fact that seeing these earrings, he reacted like that, the sun breathing technique, you know, before that, I think that it was Shinobu who said it's maybe the difference between fire and flame breathing. Right there, you said that it was sun breathing technique. That it's the first one which was created, the one at the base of all of the other ones. So almost like if you can control that one, maybe you can have also all of the other ones. I mean, at least that's what I understand. Okay for that, but no matter what, seeing these earrings, he reacted, you know, like a reflex thing, like a defensive mode also. Like he was seeing something, an enemy. You know, seeing these earrings, he saw an enemy and he wanted to intervene to stop Tanjiro for Tanjiro to not attack him. I'm surprised by that because it felt, you know, like an old Ashira reflex. None of the other Ashira, you know, reacted like that with Tanjiro seeing his earrings. The master neither. Muzan recognized these earrings and he wants to kill Tanjiro also because of that. I don't know what it means, because if an older, you know, a former Ashira considers that someone who has these earrings is an enemy, I was like, oh, can it be possible that it was people working for Muzan or something like that, you know, his own corpse? But in fact, Muzan, seeing these earrings, wants also to kill Tanjiro, so no. And you know, he said that wielders using that sun breathing technique, so it's almost like it's another corporation coming from nowhere which existed and which was the enemy of Muzan, but also the enemy of the Demon Slayers. At least the Ashira. I'm lost with that, but with the information that they gave me during this episode, with how Rengoku's dad reacted, I'm gonna conclude that we had an organization, we had fighters using the sun breathing technique, which is the first one and the one at the base of all of the other ones, and you wanted to defend yourself and also to attack like it's your enemies. It was your enemies. Oh, I don't know. I'm sad that we didn't talk about him longer. Not only because I wanted Tanjiro, you know, to stay right there to intervene, to really push Rengoku's dad, to talk with him and all, to resolve the situation. I know that you can't do things like that, you know, you can't change people just like that. And Tanjiro, it's not really his place, you know, to do that, like it's not really him who can do it. And what he promised for Rengoku, it was to deliver these messages. He did it, and they all know, you know, what Rengoku said, and it had an impact on Sanjuro, it had an impact on the dad. We can hope, you know, for the dad to not drink anymore. For Sanjuro, I'm divided because, you know, we had all of this moment with Tanjiro saying, I'm not gonna give up, I need to get stronger, I need to fight more. So just after that, to have that story about the brother who said, my sword didn't change because I was not stronger enough and all, I was like, okay, so because of Tanjiro, what he just said, you're gonna understand that you need to train more, so you're gonna become at some point a Demon Slayer. And not at all, he reacted like, okay, it means that it's not for me. And you know, the words that he used, I'm like, I'm okay for you to stop that dream, you know, and to pursue another thing. I'm okay if it's really what you want, but the things that he said, it was almost like, I'm giving up, it's too much for me. I'm okay for him to change his mind, but I don't want him to give up. Do you understand what I mean? I want to be sure that it's really his choice, that it's really what he wants right there. I hope that we're gonna see them again at some point. I want to be sure that they're gonna be okay, that the situation is gonna truly change and all. At the same time, we had that promise, you know, that Sanjuro he made about the fact that he would continue to search for informations, and if he would find some, he would send a crow and something like that. So maybe we're gonna have news like that, you know, through a message, through a letter. It would be great. So coming back to the headquarters, you trained during a long time with your friends. During how long? We know this anime, we know that what happened right there during 1 minute, in fact, it can represent one entire year. So I'm wondering about that. You got really stronger, you know, that mission with Nezuko to kill that demon. You proved that you're good now, you're so good. That's cool. But coming back, you're finding that Ashira, the sound one. I need to know his name, to learn his name for this episode. Right there. Tengen Uzui. Tengen Uzui. Tengen, I'm gonna remember Tengen. We discover Tengen, the Sound Ashira, kidnapping 2 girls. For what reason? Because he needs them to help, you know, into a mission, but he's not asking them to follow him. No, he's taking them without asking, you know, consent, all of that. Do you understand this word? And to a mission, into a place of lust and desire, the entertaining place, like, you know, to bring 2 girls without their consent to a place of lust and desire, there is really clearly something problematic about that. I was already thinking that, you know, like, you don't kidnap people, you're asking for them to follow you, like, do they want that or not? If you need them to help you even more, no matter what, you need to ask people their consent to do stuff, you don't kidnap anyone. And after that, he's slapping her butt. Like, you know that at some point I already said that what Zenitsu was saying about girls, you know, it was a little too much, but at least he was not doing anything really wrong, even if it was a little too much. Right there, he's saying wrong stuff, but he's also doing really wrong stuff. And the fact that he's bragging, you know, the fact that he appreciates himself so much and that he's acting like that and all, I'm not sure I'm gonna be a fan of this Ashira. I prefer to warn you. His attitude already, you know, for himself, you know, how he's acting for himself, it's already bothering me. But how also he's treating women, not sure that I'm gonna be a fan. We're gonna discover that during the next episode. And you know, for me it's also annoying me because so far the Ashira that we met, they were good persons, you know, they had their defaults, clearly. Rengoku, he was the perfect good guy, you know, he was so nice and also positive, always smiling, he was encouraging them, he was so great. But you know, Giyu, I love him, but he's really a cold person, really closed, and he has his defaults. And Shinobu, she's also a little rough, you know, to understand. She has also a big background to explain that, but still, you know, she's difficult as a character, and also she's not perfect, clearly. So I was not expecting for all of this Ashira to be perfect, but at least to have a good art right there. I don't see his good art anywhere, and that kind of attitude for himself, but also for women, is gonna bother me a lot. So even if at some point he shows that he has a good art, I'm still gonna be against someone who has that kind of attitude. So it's also a fair warning for you guys. Don't expect me to appreciate someone like that. Maybe at some point he's gonna change. Maybe at some point, I was gonna say we're gonna have an explanation for that. I'm not sure that it's gonna be enough. For me, you know, like, to explain an attitude like that, like, again, it can be reasons, it can't be excuses. Maybe at some point that guy is gonna make me cry, you know? Maybe I'm gonna get attached to him or something like that. But that's gonna be difficult. And also, that attitude, I would never approve it, encourage it, agree with it, anything like that. I'm gonna watch one more episode of Demon Slayer today, you know, right now. And I really hope that we're gonna discover that you're not free like that, that it was just an attitude for some seconds, but in fact it was just an act and you're different. So it's all for you for today, for this video. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, you already have my thoughts, my reactions, the next episodes on my Patreon, if you can be interested. Okay, so it's all for you for today, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now! Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.